Hi Gemini, and welcome to When Twin Flames Reunite. This is a timeless tarot reading that was actually suggested by a viewer named Star Sapphire. So if you enjoy this reading, please be sure to send her some love and gratitude. So what she said was that there's a lot of information out there when twin flames are disconnected from each other and all of that, but there's not a whole lot of info about when they actually reunite and when they're first back together and what that's like and how to navigate those energies. Because, you know, when you really love somebody and you've shared some life with them and then you go your separate ways and you guys have different experiences with different people, or one of you has different experiences with somebody else and the other one doesn't, it can be really hard to work through that because it almost feels like you were cheated on, right? It just is such a violation, or, you know, just the fact that they were having so much fun without you, like that's hard to deal with that. And so I thought about it, and this is the reading that I've come up with to explain all of those energies for you guys and to how to work through them successfully. Now, this is the Vice Versa Tarot, and all decks that I'm using in this reading are listed in the description below. And this particular deck is definitely dimensional, okay? And to me, when twin flames come together, and it's like in their plan to break up with each other and then come back at some point, there's more going on, okay? It means when we first get together, we're not, that goes that way, sorry. We're not seeing everything as it really is. Our perception of twin flame love isn't, it's not up here, and you'll see what I mean after we go through all the cards. But you know, then you guys break up and there's a lot of introspection that happens, and then the reunitement, right? And you guys are different people by that point. So that's what these cards are about, and they really express, you know, how you shift dimension through this whole experience. Now, this is your card, the Lovers. That's what represents you in the tarot. And I'm going to pull a card to get another zodiac sign. Now, this does not exclude anybody's twin flame, whether they're the sign I pull or not, okay? This is just an extra confirmation to somebody watching this video that this reading will be very special for them, okay? Special messages. So, Gemini, if your twin flame is a Scorpio, this message here is got some very special messages and synchronicities for you, okay? So let's talk about this. This here is the Ace of Cups, and what this is saying is when you guys meet and come together, you guys are meeting under the guise of the moon and stars, so you're not seeing the whole truth about each other. There's a lot that's hidden, okay? It doesn't mean the connection isn't real and that, you know, all of that, but this is just that, you know, a spellbound, starstruck, like, ah, you're everything type of love, you know. We've all felt that. And then we transition here into the Two of Cups. And you see the sun is now starting to rise, and the statue of Aphrodite is now in the backdrop. And here, we're definitely growing closer to each other, okay? The connection is growing stronger, but we're also starting to see each other in full light. So the honeymoon phase is like starting to end here, okay? Even though the connection and love is stronger. And then we transition into the Lovers, which is your card. And on this side, this is about the struggle, because now you see the sun is fully in the sky. We're seeing each other for all of our differences and flaws and imperfections. And on this side, we're more apt to push against each other, okay? Buck the current, try to reshape, remold the other to better suit our perception of what the relationship should really be. And there's no longevity in that, even though the connection is incredibly powerful and strong, and so is the love, okay? And then we come here to the Ten of Cups. So our Ace of Cups has now transitioned into the 10, and this is after quite a bit of time spent with our twin flame. All the experiences and time spent together represented by the 10 cups, but the 10 is a completion of something. So this is saying that even though we have all of this, there's still many lessons and experiences to be had, but not with each other at this point in the journey. Okay, so now we transition into the Eight of Cups because it's time to let go and move on. And there's only 8 cups here because each of you takes a cup with them as they depart the relationship. Therefore, we're never really letting go of each other or the relationship. We're just leaving a lot of it behind, okay? So, you know, with the loss of this relationship, it puts you into the Tower energy, which is utter shock and, you know, complete transformation. No matter how it ended or what went on, the love remains. And that might make some of you absolutely insane, you know, during this process because this is the Tower, but the love remains. So, you know, we have to spend some time. And you notice the eye up here, it was divine. The destruction and the departure of your relationship was divine, okay? And you're not going to initially recognize that. This is a lot of pain and sorrow and sadness right here. And this is, you know, how anybody would feel after they lose, you know, the one they love, the relationship ends. And we're not able to be in a place of accountability quite yet. You know, we're still in a lot of pain. And this 3 of Swords has to transition into this 10 of Swords to complete the cycle, okay? And you'll see that the armor on this knight is completely penetrated with all these swords, and nobody could possibly survive this, okay? And that's exactly how you feel after this relationship ends. And your twin flame has a special sword that can penetrate your armor that nobody else's sword can, and vice versa. So you feel very defeated, maybe even left for dead, some of you, which ultimately puts you in this place of the Hanged Man, okay? We have to come into a new perspective. We have to really do a lot of introspecting about this relationship, what happened, why it happened, our role in it, all of that, okay? But it takes time because we have to work through these more challenging energies here. But, you know, after we've been in the Hanged Man, now we're starting to shift dimension, okay? And now you see the knight is sitting there and he's in contemplation, and, you know, he's still in pain, but he's starting to see his own hand in things. He's taking accountability and responsibility for his role in the relationship. And that doesn't have to mean like you did bad things. It could just mean your willingness to go along even though you knew that things weren't the way they should be, okay? You're just seeing like a bigger picture. And then that allows you to shift dimension with the Tower energy. And you see the Tower is completely hollowed out. The mask is fractured and falling down, and the 2 Sphinx are swimming away, and they represent the Chariot card in this particular deck, and the Chariot is washed upon the shore. So the initial victory of our connection is now in ruins and hollowed out, and the mask, which was our illusion of what twin flame love really was, has, you know, it's destroyed. And you and your twin flame now swim in different directions from the tower that you created that has now crumbled down, okay? And you have to figure out, how did that happen? Why did that happen? Okay? And as you do that, now you shift this energy and you see, you know, now we're no longer in the armor. We're sitting outside of it and we're in contemplation. And this here is saying the old you, the version of you that started out in this relationship, is now dead and gone. Same with your twin flame. But that needed to be shed, because this experience, the way it ripped you open, the pain of it, was for you to shed yourself, but not just to reunite with this twin flame, but it's part of your life journey, okay, and where you're trying to get going to. And you'll see that there's an eclipse happening here, and he's in the realization that an eclipse is not the death of the sun, okay? It's a momentary darkness. So we're starting to heal, but we're not fully there, okay? There's still more introspection and contemplation that needs to happen, but we've shed the armor where the wounds took place and we're birthed anew, okay? And that, you know, look at here, that's that eclipse taking place, okay? But after this, we're ready to shift this energy too. And we come here, and this is when we are healed and complete introspection has happened, and we now begin to recognize that the ending was never an ending at all. It was actually creating the path for the new beginning, the shooting star. So where you have the eclipse, now you have the shooting star, okay? So this is your inner child. This is looking at the relationship, your twin flame, everything that happened through the eyes of your soul, through that innocence and that purity, you know, without blame, none of it. It's you recognizing it for what it truly was, but from a soul place, that shift of dimensional energy, which now you move out of the hanged man energy, and you see the mask has crumbled. So there's no more illusion about this. Now you see that twin flame love isn't just some romantic love story, okay? You recognize it is so much soul and destiny and part of your journey that's connected to every other aspect of your life, okay? So you're like, all right, universe, I get it now. What do you have to show me now? What's next now? And the universe is like, well, I'm happy you asked, because now you see Aphrodite is in the sky. This is the confirmation of that dimensional shift of your love and connection, okay? This card is literally, your love is written in the stars. This is 100% soul connection. Look at the difference, okay? Here, we got the rainbow. There's an element of fantasy. We're on the beach. Our clothes are a little bit tattered. We're embracing because we're afraid. But over here, the energy is so strong. You know, I see the couple sitting on the beach, gazing up at Aphrodite, looking at everything that they have accomplished, and in the recognition that nothing has been lost, everything has been gained. And this is just a connection that is undefinable in words, okay? So now that allows this to transition. And on this side, this is where, no, we're not foolish anymore. There's no confusion. We're not connected under the guise of the moon and stars. The sun is in the sky. We see the truth. We see the imperfection of each other, everything, but we've reached a place of unconditional love and understanding because it's soul. It's not the human emotion that we're connecting to the twin flame anymore. It is the soul connection, and we understand that entirely. And because of that, now we truly understand that shooting star over here in the Eight of Cups. Here it is, shining above you guys in the Two of Cups. This side, this is, I recognize the twin flame energy in your eyes and vice versa. That is the actual description of this card. So then you transition here, okay? And because of this higher understanding and connection and love, now this transitions to this side. And this is the alchemy of the twin flame connection, the tempering of each other and knowing to flow with each other opposed to bucking the current and trying to work against each other. Okay, so that is, to me, the purpose of connection, breakup, and let's come back together. It's because you want a profound awakening to take place this life in general, okay? And there's only one thing that could rip you open and make you shed your skin like that, and that's the pain of the loss of a twin flame, okay? So Gemini, let's pull some cards to see what your personal story is with your twin flame when you guys reunite. So I'm going to pull a card for overall energy for when you guys come back together. What does that feel like? What does that look like? All right, so we have a thought. This to me is saying that you guys are very, very connected telepathically, empathically, spiritually, emotionally, like you name it. Because this is almost as though you can read each other's thoughts. And really what you're doing is reading each other's energy. But it's almost like you're just reading each other's thoughts. There's just this undeniable communication taking place between your soul and their soul. And though you might not understand the dialogue, your sensing of it taking place is just like an understanding that you know in your soul. Like you just feel them. They just feel you. They're in your head. You're in theirs. Like you guys are incredibly connected, and that might be what brought you back together. You're just like, man, you're gonna haunt me my whole damn life. So let's see what your biggest insecurity and fear is upon this reunitement, and what your twin flame's biggest insecurity and fear is about, you know, reuniting with you. All right, with the unicorn, this could be saying a couple of different things. You are feeling insecure, either that your twin flame is going to cheat, like you don't trust the people that are around, you know that song, and you say, he's just a friend. That type of energy, like that really your friends, you know. Also, you're worried like about the relationship that you guys share, you know. Is this going to be a blessed union, or are we always going to struggle and have challenge with each other? Can we create that friendship that we once had, you know, before we went our separate ways? So there's a couple of different things that could be associated with this as an insecurity, okay? And for them, with this, they're really nervous about this second chance. Can this really work? You know, this is all about guilt and blame and responsibility and second chances. So they're really concerned, you know, can this work, as are you. For you, it's almost like you guys are like, do you have my back? Are you my friend? Are we on the same team? Are we on the same team this time? Is really what I'm getting. Like, are we on the same team? So let's see what the remedy is for that for you guys. Because this is just an insecurity. All right, so we have amethyst, transformation, certainty, and confidence. So Gemini, this is saying that you guys have absolutely shifted to a different dimension of connection. I mean, come on. And you need to trust in that more than your insecurity. It's like you know that this is an insecurity. Like you're wise enough to see that, but it's so strong, you know, for whatever reason, like whatever happened in the past. But, you know, transformation, this whole thing is different when we reconnect. And they have ocean of eternal love, healing, creativity, fertility. Yeah, this is saying to them, listen, this relationship is healed. Okay, there is fertility here. There is new energy. There is another chance to be had for you guys. Why are you guys so scared to get back? It must have been quite painful for both of you, honestly. It's interesting because to me this is the seventh chakra, the crown chakra, the connection to the divine. And, you know, this is indigo-y to me. So this is like the sixth eye chakra, which makes perfect sense with this card, you know. And then look at, we have it over here. And then this, the green. So we have the fourth, sixth, and seventh chakras going on here. You guys are very connected at those chakras. No question with that thought card coming out like that. And, you know, are you very popular, Gemini? Are you like super popular? Like, do you get a lot of attention and things like that? Because with this, I almost feel as though they're like, you could have the whole ocean. I'm just a drop. What are you doing with me? Is like how I feel their insecurity is inside. All right, so we have free yourself, and it's another unicorn. So I feel like this is really strong for you. Whatever this is representing to you for your insecurity, you need to free yourself from it. You might just, some of their friends you might not trust either, and you're like, they don't want us to be together, you know, they want to sabotage us. You need to free yourself either from those thoughts, or you guys need to be free of those type of distractions on your side or their side, where they're like this, you know, getting in between your relationship. Yeah, look at that, retreat. I feel like for you guys, this is really more about others interfering, and you guys need to disconnect and retreat from that and just kind of only listen to each other. Don't listen to anybody else, because everybody else is confusing you guys. And you guys are very connected at that seventh, sixth, and fourth chakra, the crown, third eye, and heart chakra. And you need to free yourself from the insecurities. You guys need to free yourself from anybody who's trying to get in and cause problems here. Because I almost feel like what went wrong for you guys has more to do with outside influences than so much the two of you and your inability to like get along. But let's pull some cups cards to see what your emotional energy is towards your twin flame upon the reunion, and what their energy is towards you upon the reunion. Okay, yeah, you're coming through as the Six of Cups. You love them, heart and soul. You don't want anybody else but them. That's, I mean, hello, that's the Six of Cups. Aw, and they're coming through as the Five of Cups. So I feel like for them, there's this element of sacrifice. Like, because here you guys sit, okay? This is like the relationship you guys have is everything to them, okay? But there's 3 cups here in the water. So it's as though they have to sacrifice something to be back with you, which could be these crappy friends, family, outside influences feeding somebody's head, Or this could mean that the path was very painful between the two of you, and even though you are everything they want, they might be having a hard time letting go of what happened in the past, okay? So a couple different messages with that. Apply it how it fits. So let's take a look at your spiritual energy towards each other. You have the Four of Flames, so you really want this. Like, you are 100% secure and stable in your desire to have them back, to make it work. Like, you really want that. Oh, look at that. And you know what, Gemini? I don't know what happened here, but know this. You are their one and only. Truly. Like, they only burn for you. With that Ace of Flames coming out on their side. Like, they only burn for you. So let's pull some cards to see what needs to be healed between the two of you. Well, what you need to heal inside of you and what they need to heal inside of them to help get past some of these insecurities. Oh, yeah. So this root chakra, I'm taking more as like a mutual thing. There's something about the stability of this relationship. There is a great deal of insecurity around it with this root chakra. So I would recommend some meditation or whatever you feel that you can do to balance your root chakra as well as them, okay? So I feel like you're strongly connected, crown, third eye, and heart, but this root chakra definitely needs some healing. Sorry. I had the cards facing you. Okay. So you got at days and rest. I find peace in nature and rest my body and mind in order to connect to spirit. So Gemini, this is saying, and look, that's card 40 or 41, and this is card 40. Very synchronistic. And look, there's the sun, and then there's the sun. So with this is the universe saying you need to get out of your head. You need to relax your mind and your emotions and allow spirit to communicate with you through your crown chakra and give you all the information that you need to move forward in this relationship, okay? Because I feel like you're just really in your head about it. Even though they're the only one you want, there is a lot of insecurity here on your behalf. So just rest your mind, get out of your head, connect with your crown chakra. Oh, wow. And then look at this. They have the sacral chakra now. I feel I feel comfortable in my body, and I am sensitive to other people's feelings. So not only do they need to work on the root chakra, they need to work on that sacral chakra, the second chakra, which is, you know, the divine feminine center. It's our creativity, our passion, our sexuality, our empath ability, our intuition. Okay, so I don't know what happened here, but they definitely they have more insecurity and issue than you do based on what's coming out, okay? They really need to, I would recommend like some Reiki, like be like, hey, let's go on a date and let's both get some Reiki or something, you know, I don't know, but they really need healing in that first and second chakra so that they can ground their energies and trust in this connection, this reunitement. Because, man, that first and second chakra being out of balance, it's almost always out of some sort of trauma. So anyways, let's see what experiences are in store for the two of you upon this reunitement. All right, so loyalty. This here to me is like, I think you guys are working to prove to each other that you're loyal this time around, but also with this coming out, this means to me that you both are in it to win it this time. Oh yeah, man, I love this card keeps coming out in everybody's reading. It's so fabulous. This is letting you know, Gemini, that the relationship that you guys had in the past is the past. And that was a whole different book. It was a different storyline, all of it. When you guys are coming back together, it's a whole new book entirely. Different storyline, you know, it's going to play out much differently than the past. In fact, the past is no indicator of what this second go round will be about. And then the denial card. So to me, this card coming out is speaking about how you guys are going to recognize that why you had to break up and the relationship that you had before and the energies that were involved and everything. Like, you're going to realize why you had to completely scrap it and start over, because, you know, what you guys had created initially was low hanging fruit, and you both, you know, this twin flame experience, that's a much higher vibrating place to be. And so now as we come back together and the harmony is so much more, you're going to recognize, oh my God, I see why it didn't work out before. Like, what we have now, what we've achieved now is so much better than anything, you know, that you guys had previously. So let's pull some advice for you guys. Listen more. So I don't know if this is for you or for them, but this is saying that maybe one or even both of you hears the other person talking and speaking. Like, here's the sound, here's the words, understands what the words mean, but they're not really hearing what is being said. They're already projecting it in their own head. And this is saying, listen, let go of all preconceived notions and really hear your partner. If this goes the other way, then you need to express to them like the same thing. I need you to really hear me and connect in with all your faculties, okay? I think because you guys have this connection, when things are actually verbalized, you might not pay as much attention to it as you should, just because you are so connected. But this is saying, listen, pay more attention to what is being said to you, and also what you are saying in response. Raise your vibration. This is, I feel, about the chakras. Okay, I feel like this is more for them, and they need to work on the balancing and restoration of those chakras. Okay, so I don't know, Gemini, I feel like you need to listen more, and they need to elevate their vibration. Infinite potentials. This is saying that, and this is healing, you know, a new beginning. You guys have a real shot, okay? Don't give in to fear. Don't, you know, be ugly and shut off and just let all of that go. Like, just be 100% you and flow. Trust this relationship. Do what you have to do. Because, you know, based on the energies I see, like, you guys love each other. There's just a bit more healing that needs to happen, I think. So, anyways, Gemini, that is when twin flames reunite. I hope that you have enjoyed this, and I am truly wishing you and your twin flame all the blessings, love, and happiness in the world. Take care.